So this is the part 2. Good morning, YouTube. Is my partner needy? Is my man needy?
Connected.
Let's see if I can do this. Is my female clingy? And I told this to my wife one time. I said when people say that, I said it kind of rubs a chord with me, because you're supposed to be clingy. If you are, and I'm not saying in an unhealthy way, I'm saying in a healthy way. If you are from the Bible background, you know, the man is supposed to leave his mother and father and cleave, hold on to his wife, and vice versa. You know, in those times when the woman was given away for marriage, she was given away to be with her husband, and they two shall become one flesh. And that meant everything. When you see my wife, she is a representation of me. When you see her, she's a representation of me. When you see me, it's a representation of her. And that's the reason why the Bible says that you know, you might hear the saying that in the Christian faith, the picture of marriage is perfect. It's I and him and me. We all moving as one. That is how it's supposed to be. But in order for your relationship to be that way, you've got to safeguard it. You've got to safeguard it. You've got to watch out for the little things. I was listening to a divorce lawyer, and I'll get his name. What was his name? And he called it slippage. He called it slippage. I call them little things. You know, little things you guys stop doing. The good mornings stop happening. The check-ins stop happening. I told my wife, I said, I'd like to hear from you. In a world today, if you listen to Dr. John Deloney and his podcast, in a world today where you're hearing a lot of women saying, hey, he doesn't even touch me, he doesn't look at me, and these are from the women. These are from, I told my wife, I said, I actually like to hear from you. If a man doesn't want to hear from his woman, or she becomes annoying to him, that's a red flag. There's a flag on a freaking play. I don't know how it is woman-wise, because men, I told my wife, I'm gonna get on your nerves. I'm gonna scare you. I'm gonna get on your nerves. I'm gonna make life exciting. You never know where I'm coming from. Just jump out. You know, we are supposed to do that. But if that happens, is it this lane? If that happens in reverse, where a man can't stand, I don't even want to hear from her. Her voice annoys me. I can't stand her. There's a serious red flag. But back to the topic at hand, you've got to safeguard your marriage. So if and this goes for my wife, hey, if you see that I used to do something and I'm not doing it, you need to check that at the door. Demand your kiss. Hey, you supposed to kiss me good morning. Where is it? Time to pay up. You used to buy me flowers. What happened? Men, women, on the flip end, hey, you used to do this. Why don't I get that anymore? Why don't I get that anymore? You used to do this, and it's gonna open up, and it's gonna make that person ask, why? Hey, is this something I'm not doing? Do my breath stink in the morning? Do I got boogers in my? Do I need to shave my facial hair? What? All that stuff that we did in the beginning to keep that flame ignited, we supposed to keep it going. It's kind of like if any of you ever started a fire and you got to get the coals hot, you got to keep shifting the coals, blowing on them oxygen to keep those coals burning. Because eventually, if that doesn't happen, those coals go out. You know, and once those coals go out, I mean, you guys ever try to ignite some coals that go out? It's a lot more work. It's a lot more work. So it's important to keep those small things going. You know, it's kind of like I'm constantly thinking of my partner. Constantly. I'm like, okay, well, she needs this, and you know, she needs that. I know she's getting into this, so you know, I'm constantly, and she'll tell you, she was like, yeah, throughout his day, he'll bring me something, and going through the stores, men, we like the same thing. And women, do not get used to that and do not count that for nothing, because it's everything. You know, I've heard of the women. Yeah, I used to be with so-and-so, and he used to treat me so nice, and always think of me. I've experienced it in my prior relationship. Hey, I want that dude back. I want that dude back, the one that was constantly blah blah, because those are what makes us as men special. In a world that we gotta be hard all the time, in a world that we gotta be gang banging at breakfast, when we come home, we want to leave all of that rigmarole outside those doors. Outside, I'm hard in the streets. I'm pretty stoic at the job that I do. You know, at what I do, I'm pretty direct. Don't talk to me. I'm getting stuff done. I don't have. But when I come home, when I come home to that safe haven, I don't want to be that way. I want you know, I want something soft to lay my head on. You know, a hand to hold. And truth be told, you know, a lot of women might be like, but it's always gonna lead to sex. It doesn't have to, you know, especially if we're really tired. But, you know, if it does go that way, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna kiss your neck, and if it progresses, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say get it away. I'm gonna oblige. You know, and on the topic of sex, that's one of the deepest ways that men and women connect. It is one of the deepest ways that men and women connect, because nobody in the streets is seeing you at your rawest moment as when that's happening. Nobody, because you're raw, you're vulnerable. There's so many things, and that goes for male and females, both. And probably that's the reason why the Bible says that the bedroom is undefiled. You know, the bedroom is undefiled. That's where you guys are in your rawest form. That form where, sorry, drop the phone. The form where he created y'all to be. Yo, male, Adam, Eve, woman. Get busy, create, have fun. But there's nothing wrong with your partner being, and matter of fact, clingy is different than micromanaging. Clingy is different than micromanaging. You know, where I gotta find out your every heartbeat, your every step. You know, when I brought this topic up to my wife, it wasn't that I need to know your every breath, but every now and then I like to get it first. And there's nothing wrong with a man saying that. Every now and then. And I like to hear your voice first. And we're not talking about, I mean, even the texts are okay. The texts are okay, but when you call me, I'm excited. Hey, I'm excited to, hey, when you come home, I'm in the goof mode. I'm tired of being hard in these streets, working and trying to get stuff done. So yeah, every now and then, yeah, just, you know, hey babe, and don't say it, don't do it to do it. That's like, don't do it because the man said do it because you want to do it. I'm really thinking about you. What's going on? Now I talked to my brother about this, and he's I don't know how many relationships he's been in, but he was like, he's like, no, I want to keep them guessing. No, I don't want to keep my wife guessing. I'm not saying that I need to be predictable or anything like that, but I don't play that. I don't need to keep you guessing. If I'm not at the gym, your babe's working, and if you ain't working, I'm probably at home, sleeping or slapping around the dogs. I know they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, and there's also another saying, out of sight, out of mind. Right? two things. It depends on which way you want to take it. It depends on if you're watering it. It depends on if you're letting the slippage happen. Don't let it happen. Keep those things. It's good that you let your partner know, hey, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. When I don't hear from you, I'm thinking about you. And it's not, again, a micromanagement thing. It's actually, I believe it's actually a wonderful thing. To take a man like me and to be like, yeah, I'm excited to hear about you. How was your day? Tell me. Let's talk. That's very exciting, because if that man did not care anything about you, he wouldn't bring it up. If he was entertaining some other women, he wouldn't bring it up. Why would he? He's entertaining them. He's saying hello to them. So when your man wants to hear from you, hey, that's a special thing. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.